ready. This is Bandgirl Nation with your Bandgirl Sarah. This week, we sit down with the mustachioed men of the Australian powerhouse Hands Like Houses, give concert tips for new Bandgirls, and have our first look at Band of the Week, one last look. Bandgirl Nation, Tuesdays.
Hey there, Bandgirls and Band Guys. I hope you enjoyed last week's full-length interview with Fighting for Ithaca, or half-length I should say, because that interview was half an hour long after all. Maybe keep an eye out for part 2 coming at you sometime in the future. Anyways, today we have an action-packed show for you guys filled with album news, concert tips, and Hands Like Houses, oh my! So without further ado, on your mark, get set, let's go with today's show. So the other night, as you may be able to tell by the lovely X's that won't wash off, we hung out at the Shawn Desman and Anjulie concert with our contest winners, Haley and Cheyenne. We had an amazing time and they put on such a great show. I was dancing like nobody was watching and I completely embarrassed the heck out of every single person around me. Haley and Cheyenne had a ton of fun too. Check out this little chat we had after the show was finished. Hey, Sarah here from Bandgirl Nation with Cheyenne and Haley, the winners of our Anjulie and Shawn Desman contest. What did you think of the show?
It was amazing. It was very, very good.
Any favorite parts?
I liked all of it.
You lifted the shirt up?
Yeah.
That was my favorite part. Do you have any favorite songs you put on today?
Shiver. Yeah, that was my favorite. So much energy. Probably Nobody Doesn't Like You.
So, are you glad you came tonight?
I did. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you so much for wanting to be here. Awesome. So, you happy you won the contest?
Yeah, I am.
Thanks for getting us a lot of likes on our Facebook page. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube, and you are watching Bandgirl Nation. Since I was just at a concert last night, I figured now's a great time to do a little something special. An amazing fan on Twitter at BLGArmy had this great idea of making a warped survival guide, but we're gonna hold off and dedicate an entire episode to that as the event gets closer. Today though, brace yourselves for a little thing we like to call Concert 101. So with concert going, there's an endless list of do's and don'ts, and there's also a ton of different kinds of concerts. There's ones where you're seated, there's festival concerts, there's bar concerts, the list goes on. Today's Concert 101 is centered around concerts and bars. Now, I don't know about you, but leading up to my first bar concert, I was honestly a little bit terrified. Like taking this little underage tween girl and being like, okay, here you go, unfamiliar environment, rowdy crowds, loud music, billions of strangers. Great, right? Not so much. So if you're gearing up for your first bar concert, or you've been to a few and you just want a few tips to enjoy them more, listen closely. Tip number 1, dress properly. For the love of God, please dress properly. If you don't want strangers being all touchy and creepy, don't dress provocatively. I know from personal experience that skirts and dresses are a major no. I don't even want to talk about what poor little 12-year-old me experienced. Ugh. When choosing your concert-going attire, avoid dresses, skirts, super revealing tops, anything held on by just a zipper, again, been there, not fun, and opt for more crowd-friendly choices, like a light t-shirt, light tank top, or even a band shirt. Jeans and leggings make great bottom options, and I'd avoid sweatpants too. I'd also avoid dressing way too fancy because you'd be very out of place. Another thing to keep in mind is that crowds can get really swelteringly hot. So don't pull a Nick, our production coordinator, and wear long sleeves, long pants, and wool socks because you will sweat to death. When choosing your footwear, go for comfort rather than style because you'll totally be on your feet all night, and the last thing you want is sore feet taking away from how fun that show is. My number 1 rule though is just if you like something, don't wear it to a concert. Just don't. Rowdy crowds and everything, your clothing gets completely destroyed. Meet the shirt that I wore to Van's Warped Tour. This used to be white. So we're gonna leave you with just that one tip today, but we have plenty more coming at you in the near future. Hit us up on Facebook and Twitter and let us know any tips you want to know or any questions you have about concerts. Speaking of clothing getting destroyed at shows, it makes me weep for my poor outfit I wore to Clad with the Sky. Rest in peace, my favorite leggings. I know I talk about Clad with the Sky almost too much, but it's my favorite show to date. You've seen our Tonight Alive interview, you've seen our Sleeping with Sirens interview, and now this week we've got our final interview from that night. Australian stars Hands Like Houses and I had a great chat, and those mustached musicians are hilarious. Check it out. Hey, Sarah here from Bandgirl Nation with Hands Like Houses. How are you doing today, guys?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Gasoline.
your video for This Ain't No Place for Animals. It takes place on the set, actually, of a popular US TV show, American Horror Story. Are you guys fans of the show at all?
Never seen it before in our lives, but we kind of got there and we're just exploring, and there's some real creepy stuff around, and I think a few props left about that were a bit weird, but
the show's actually terrifying.
good to know. We'll have to check it out one day.
What would be your horror story? What scares you?
I'm a bit of a scaredy cat, so most things generally scare me. I'm easy to frighten. Any sort of slasher, scary movie.
Anything with small children, puppies, or old people, I'm petrified.
Puppies, that's a different one.
Like, in a scary situation.
Your sound's super unique. What if you had to create your own genre name? What would it be?
We always have a lot of, not arguments, but discussions about with genre Nazis, we call them. Like the easiest genre to say that we're in is probably like a post-hardcore rock or just alternative rock.
You guys, until alive, you're all from Australia. Has that helped create a bit of a special bond with you guys on this tour?
We were actually talking about this the other week, how nice it is to have other Australians on the tour, rather than just be, not that I have anything against Americans, but it's nice to hear Australian accents and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, just walking through the venue and you just happen to catch part of a conversation, it's like, oh yeah, Australians, yes! It's nice change, but...
And they get our sense of humour, whereas sometimes our sense of humour is lost on
yeah.
Or maybe it's just bad, maybe it's just really bad.
With touring at home and touring here, what would you say you like better?
Touring here is probably a lot more of an experience. You can't really do a lot of extensive touring back in Australia just because there's only, I guess Canada's probably similar in that way. There's not a whole lot of places and a lot of travelling to get from one to another. So it's certainly possible. It's great fun to do, and we love touring at home. But over here, you can play every day for a month and still see new places. So I think we prefer touring here, but that said, we still love touring at home, and yeah.
With touring and being in the studio recording, do you have any preferences there? What do you like better?
Me personally, I love the studio. I just always love our ideas coming into like fruition and just being able to hear like the first time you get to hear your song that you've all been working on, we've all been like working so hard on. Just to hear it the first time, like really loud, it's just like, there's no better feeling, I don't think. But that being said, touring, for me as well, I love it too. But
I'm definitely a studio person, actually hearing that come together, and also just like, I guess, the creative problem solving and trying to get the best sounds out of a drum kit and out of all the instruments and making it all sound really cool.
So you guys got some pretty nice mustaches going there. Is that Movember thing you've got happening?
Not completely. These two have had moustaches for a little while. Yeah, I don't know, everyone kind of latched onto it, and the joke continued. As for me, I save mine for growing in Movember. We do try and get behind it each year to get behind the Movember charity, raising money and awareness for men's health issues. So things like prostate cancer, adult male depression.
You guys could definitely pull it off well. Well, your album's been hugely successful. What's next for you guys?
New album.
Do it all over again, I guess.
So yeah, I guess we're getting excited about the studio stuff again.
Well, I'm excited to hear the new album. Well, so thanks for interviewing here with us, guys. This has been Bandgirl Nation and Hands Like Houses. Don't forget to check out our Facebook and Twitter at Bandgirl Nation and hit up our website, bandgirlnation.com. See you next time.
See you later. Hey, well, we're Hands Like Houses from Canberra, Australia, and you're watching Bandgirl Nation.
Don't you just love them? I know I do, and I'm super excited that Hands Like Houses is going to be on Band's Warped Tour this summer. But what I'm more excited about is the fact that they're recording a second album. Their current album, Ground Dweller, is a major player on my favorites playlist, so I can't wait to see what's going to happen on their second record. A few other favorites of mine are also in the works on some new albums. Never Shout Never has a 3-song acoustic EP coming out February 26th. Featuring All Mine, Hazel Eyes, and Between Two Worlds from their album Indigo, so I suggest you pick that up ASAP. In a tweet from a Day to Remember's frontman, Jeremy McKinnon, we see that the band is still hard at work on Common Courtesy, their upcoming album. No release date's available yet, but I really hope we get one soon because I just got huge into ADTR and I can't wait. And last but not least, the Fall Out Boy album is finished! A tweet from their producer, Butch Walker, can confirm this. So now all there's left to do is wait until April 15th and 16th when Save Rock and Roll is released. When looking for a band of the week this week, I just went through all the bands that follow us on Twitter, and I picked one from Orange County, California called One Last Look. They're a little bit more hardcore, but I absolutely love them. Check out their single, This Confession Has Meant Nothing.
Will you take the world to
Random Act of Awesome, we are bringing back the awesomest Random Act of Awesome. For you new viewers, and for those of you for just a bit of a refresher, do not forget about our Take Me to Warped contest. If you hit us up on Facebook and Twitter with the hashtag Take Me to Warped, then you and a friend can come to Van's Warped Tour this summer as part of the Bandgirl Nation team. It'll be the experience of a lifetime, so make sure you don't miss out. This has been Bandgirl Nation. I'm Sarah. Your hair looked beautiful today, and I hope to see you back here same time next week. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow on Twitter, and subscribe on YouTube too.